Good morning, Gadget Girl here on day 13 at Dix Creek Gap. There was a group down at the Gap doing trail magic, so I picked up a Coke Zero to enjoy with my lunch. We'll see how today goes. Here about a mile up from Dix Creek Gap is a camping site and water. And the trail goes that way, so I'm heading that way. Okay, I just came across a pack of Element Mango Chili electrolytes laying on the trail. I guess I'll get to try those out. The trail provides. Here about 1.8 miles in from Dix Creek is a very nice little campsite here. Well, it's actually pretty big campsite. Lots of trees, very pretty. Here's a forest giant that came down. Looks like it took a couple of trees with it. I'm still getting some great mountain views. Way back there is Blood Mountain, where I was several days ago. So still getting great visibility. Over here on this side we have Standing Indian and Albert Mountains, which are mountains I'll be climbing in the next few days. I forgot to film my lunch again before it was almost gone, but I have some pork barbecue here that I've stuffed into a little tortilla wrap, and it's really good. Also had a Cliff Bar, blueberry almond I think it was. Pretty tasty. And I'm drinking my Diet Coke from my trail magic. Okay, right past Bull Gap here, which is just past where I stopped to eat lunch. There's a cute little rhododendron thicket that I'm starting to hike through. I think these are my favorite hiking. They're so cool and inviting. I don't know if it'll show up, but the trail is just full of sparkles here. It's like little bits of mica or something, I guess. Pretty cool. It's like fairy dust. This is an interesting little plant sprouting up. It almost looks like little tiny rose bushes. I'm not sure what it is. Here as I'm descending into Plum Orchard Gap, there's a trickle of water. With all the rain yesterday, I suspect all the streams will be flowing pretty well. I still have way over a liter of water, so I'm not going to try to get any here within the next little bit. I'm going to try to make it to about the Georgia-North Carolina border, hopefully today. Trail's been pleasant today. The temperature's nice. There's some ups, but they're not horrible. And it's just been a real good day of hiking so far. All right, I have reached Plum Orchard Gap. The shelter is down that way. There is some camping in the area. The water is apparently over that way, but I don't need water right now, so I'm going to keep on hiking. There's a nice little view here, starting up to As Knob. AS Knob. There's a little bit better view just a few steps up, and if you notice, more trees are coming out in bloom. Okay, As Knob was a bit of a climb, and unfortunately it was on the sunny side of the hill, so it did get a little warm. I spoke too soon about the temperature being nice today. Really, it has been. It was just that climb in the sun. It was a little bit hot, but I'm up at the top now pretty much. So onward and hopefully downward for a while. Now we are back on the cooler side of the mountain, so it feels good again. And it's a little bit of downhill. Here at the top of As Knob are some good views again. Again, way back over there in the back is Blood Mountain. I guess it's been longer than I thought since I came across Blood Mountain. I think that was 9 days ago, 8 days ago. The time seems to be going both slow and fast. This part of the trail smells wonderful. I'm among pines. I guess they're probably white pines. There are some pretty long needles on the ground, and they always smell so good. Really fragrant. I'm loving it. I have made it to Blue Ridge Gap. Elevation 3,020 feet. 5.6 miles from Dix Creek Gap. And the trail goes on. 3.1 miles to go to Bly Gap, which is pretty much the Georgia-North Carolina border. I should make it today. Another of my favorite little mountain laurel thickets to walk through. I love it. Nice and cool in here. You're about 1 mile from the Blue Ridge Gap. Is a small campsite, kind of uneven, but you definitely could camp here if you needed to. Looks like there's some good trees for hammocks maybe. It's about 3:15. I'm taking a little break here, having some energy blend trail mix. I have come about almost 8 miles, have 1.2 to go to the North Carolina border. Rosie says she's looking forward to the North Carolina border too. All right, looks like we get to play a little duck, duck, goose here. Strange how this tree is across the trail. Looks like it may have been there a while too. Huh. Look at all these little lines of holes. All the way going up this tree, way up there. I'm guessing woodpecker? I'd say that tree won't probably live too long if that keeps up. Look at the way the lichen's growing on this tree. Looks kind of like a smiley face or a jack-o'-lantern. Georgia, sweet Georgia on my mind. Oh wait, Georgia, difficult Georgia on my mind. Georgia, off my mind. On to North Carolina. And I have made it to Bly Gap, where the sign is pretty much not readable. It's weathered so much. Some camping areas up here. Supposed to be more camping this way. But I'm gonna keep going. And there is a newer sign that is more readable. And then this is the famous crooked tree that makes a seat that is very famous and photographed by most people on the trail. I am getting ready to head pretty much straight up that. It's called Sharp Top. You probably can't really tell from the video, but that was a steep climb. That's probably the steepest one in the shortest distance I've had yet. And we're not quite finished. But we've got some great views up here. Sharp Top just keeps giving. After all that climbing, the Appalachian Trail kind of skirts the top of Sharp Top. And you start going down along this side of it. That's okay. It would have been a little more climbing, and I'm tired and ready to try to find a camp soon. Sunny and I made it to the top of Courthouse Bald. We feel like we have been through a trial, all right. Now hopefully it's hopefully downhill all the way to camp.
Hope so.
More incredible views. Loving it. Better hustle on though. It looks like that sun's starting to sink low. Sunny and I are having a very late dinner. It's about 8 o'clock. We've got water going and dinner should be ready shortly.
Yes.